Good morning, welcome back to Latitude Adventures. We are here in the historic Dockyard. Primary to HMS Victory. Looks like it's undergoing some repairs at the minute. So I'm going to go see if we can have a look at that. We'll see
wow, indeed.
Wow, indeed.
The water's dried up.
Wow. Right, and so we can see HMS Victory, we can see Mary Rose, but right in front of me are two massive aircraft carriers. Hopefully we'll be able to catch a glimpse of that on the harbour tour shortly. So, stay tuned. One massive aircraft carrier. Two massive aircraft carrier.
One of them is labelled.
You don't need to duck. Does Mummy need to duck?
Yeah, you have to duck.
Here we have the oldie drill and bucket. See the balls on the floor, Esther?
Oh yeah, they're cannonballs.
Yeah, they're cannonballs, that's right.
Wait,
Look.
can you take a picture of that drum?
Drum.
Take a picture.
Yeah, do you want me to take a picture of you next to it? You would love to sleep in that hammock?
Yeah.
You would, when it rocked. It would swing. This is where Nelson fell. The 21st of October, 1805. Swords and guns, huh? Yeah, old tools. Yeah, this is the captain's bed. See? Oh, that's a nice one. No, I was wrong. This is the captain's bed. This is when
That is luxury.
that's luxury compared to the crew, isn't it?
Do you think?
So that's his sleeping cabin.
Do you think the second? Do you think?
Look, and that's his toilet in the corner.
Ew, gross. I'm taking a picture.
The oldie toilet. There's wash basin and nothing in there. Come on then.
The one that swang with the green.
Maybe that was his
like
officer or something. Come on.
yeah, like the person who steals the ships then.
Yeah, maybe.
You've like seen all the ships.
Oh, there's more downstairs.
What? Oh my gosh. How far does this go?
I'm gonna go downstairs again now. Look.
Oh no.
Look, they put lights in the stairs. Ooh, steep stairs. Goodness.
Oh, Mummy, look at this.
So, this is a kitchen.
You'd have to douse the fire because it would
Stale bread.
Yeah, these little pretend dead chickens.
Ew.
Look, and then the oven.
Yeah.
They used to cook the food for all the crew. They used to get hot in here. Come on, sweetheart.
So obviously only Portsmouth.
How many cannons do you think there are?
1,000.
Should we count them on this side? 1, 2,
3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4,
1, 2, 3,
5,
4,
6, 7,
7,
8, 9, 10. Looks like there's 10 cannons each side.
11. No, there's 11.
Is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. So there's 22 cannons on each side.
So where do we go now? Go down?
Yeah. Gotta go down. 6 people. The doctor was 6 people. See? Oh, I gotta watch my head. Oh.
Are these bandages?
Yeah, don't touch.
And then right. Whoa, look.
Yeah, come on. Right, Mummy's got to duck her head now. Oh, look, this is where they chopped off somebody's foot. That's a pretend foot.
Why did they do that?
In battle, they would sometimes have to in the old days, sweetheart. They couldn't save their feet. Come on then. Oh. If I remember right, this is where Nelson died. Captain Nelson. Or Admiral Nelson. Admiral? I don't know. Huh?
The death of Nelson.
The death. The death of Nelson. Wow, look at those ropes. They're massive, aren't they?
Imagine if that one is just one big.
It sure looks like a carpenter's workshop.
Yeah.
The carpenter's store. So they did all repairs. They did all repairs to the ship. You know, all the hammers, all tools. Ow! That was my head then. You want to go to the shop?
Does you have?
Ow!
Okay, Mummy.
Yes. Wow. Big ship, Esther. Look up! We were all the way up there. See the numbers there? That tells you how deep the water was. King Henry himself.
Are you Esther's mum?
Yes.
Are you Esther's mum?
Yes,
So
I-
two girls, no sons?
No.
Or anything?
No, my sister was the lucky one and got the sons.
I know what you're thinking. You'd have.
Well, you wouldn't have lasted that long. I'd have given you another go, maybe. You'd have had to do it quick. That's the thing. Esther, how old are you now?
I'm 8.
You're
Meaning
8.
9 next.
Are you? You see, when I was about that age, I gave my brother away at his wedding. I was a page boy at the wedding, and I walked him down the aisle of the old room, St. Paul's Cathedral. Important job, give away a prince. Imagine that.
My question was, how come he wasn't king?
Because he died. He got married to Catherine of Aragon, who was my first wife.
Ah, okay.
And he died 4 months after their wedding.
And then you married Catherine of Aragon.
And you see, she always said that the marriage was never consummated,
So therefore it didn't matter.
which allowed the Pope to grant the dispensation for the annulment, and I was able to marry her myself.
And then she didn't please you, so you.
Well, if she could have given me a son, I'd never have divorced her, and we wouldn't be talking about me now.
Okay.
That's right, Chloe. Well done. That is it. You know how long we were married?
I don't know. I did years ago because I did.
Do you know,
I
Chloe?
love to see the history.
Mum, do you know?
No.
24 years we were married.
Wow.
People forget that.
They call them QEC, Queen Elizabeth class carriers. At 65,000 tons, these are the largest vessels ever built for our Navy. They were mostly built in Rosyth. 280 metres long, 39 metres wide at the waterline, 70 metres wide up on the top. A full quota of aircraft is 36. Most of these will be F-35B Lightning II multi-role fighters, and the rest will be all the different types of helicopter. The crew complement on board a carrier, 700 people.
Wow.
Now they also have purpose-built sleeping quarters for 250 Royal Marine Commander, Then, when you add pilots, the air crew, and all the technicians, you're looking at 1,600 people on board the carrier. Reaching speeds of 25 knots, operational range 10,000 miles. Now both of the carriers will be in port all of August, and then Queen Elizabeth goes out to the Med, Prince of Wales to America. These ships reach speeds of 34 knots plus, so that's fast. Now we don't build ships here anymore, but we do have the contract for their maintenance. There's a destroyer on the right of the sheds over there in a dry dock. It's HMS Dragon, just starting a 2-year-long refit.
Aston just spotted the rudder down by there. Projecting animations now onto the ship. Look, what's that? What's that?
It's the comb.
It's an old comb, yeah.
That was in the tree.
Can you pull? 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 Is that really hard?
Yeah.
Let me have a go with the big one. So Mummy can pull this one, is it?
Can I try?
Yeah, it's really hard, mine. Ready? It's too hard enough.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Majesty.
Now here's a funny thing, when I am sitting down, you are all allowed to sit down. But if I stand up... stand up, girl! Do sit down, everyone, do sit down. Let's begin. Who are my enemies? Let's talk about my enemies first. Who knows? Boy, the French, of course, they're most people's enemies. Are the enemies of the Swiss as well? And they sent me the murdered Scottish king's shirt, covered in blood, in a barrel of wine. And when the wine arrived, they opened the barrel. I wrung the wine out of the dead Scots king's shirt and drank it with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. Chloe, what surrounds my country? Water. So if my enemies from France, from the continent, are going to get to me, how are they going to get there? By boat. I mean, some lunatic has said we can dig a tunnel. That'll never happen. By boat. So I can do two things to keep my enemy off my island. Something on the water and something on the land. Tell me, what can I put on the water? Ship. Good boy. Yes, ships. And what can I put on the land? Lee. Yes, what sort of defences? Something made of stone? Castle, well done. Walls, Lee. What is your name? Donald Trump. Walls. The first two ships that I had built in the second year of my reign, so they were launched in 1511, were the Mary Rose, that's here behind me, and the Peter Pomegranate. Now, why is the Mary Rose named the Mary Rose? Tall man, why is the Mary Rose called Mary Rose? My sister and the Virgin Mary, and the rose bit? Tudor Rose, yes, good man. The Tudor Rose, my father ended the Wars of the Roses. The red rose of Lancashire was united with the white rose of Yorkshire with a green bit in the middle, which is a Tudor Rose. So that's why she's called the Mary Rose. What sound do French cannon make when they open fire on an English ship? They go, "Ee-hoo! Ee-hoo!" When the wind blew for the first time. And the Mary Rose, remember, had unfurled every sail to come out from its port. And it meant that every sail filled with wind. And the Mary Rose began to rock and roll in the water. And each time she went further. Now the lower row of gun ports was just 6 feet off the water's edge. And so when she dipped over, the water ran inside and flooded the bottom deck. And she went from upright to flat in the water and sink in 90 seconds. I watched this. I was standing here on the ramparts and I saw my flagship flatten and then sink below the waves. And I said the only thing that's recorded for that day, I said, "Oh my gentlemen, oh my gallant gentlemen," because I knew that largely my crew of nearly 600 men was lost. The only sailors that survived were in the topmasts. They were up in the rigging, and when the ship came on its side, they jumped into the water, so they were the only ones that survived. The Mary Rose is sunk. The French are celebrating in the galleys. Ee-ho, 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 ee-ho. It'll be here when you are here with your grandchildren. Imagine that. When you are 70 and you're here with your grandchildren, some fat, sweaty, middle-aged, out-of-work actor is going to be sitting here doing exactly the same talk. Because she's going nowhere. The experts come to us for our knowledge, because we have the biggest collection, 10,000 artifacts of Tudor life. We know how they lived, what they ate, how they spent their time, their spare time, their work time.
What year did the Mary Rose sink?
In 1543. Yeah, we're going to work up.
So how long was it till you died?
No, it was in 1545. It sank in 1545. I died in 1547.
So it was 2 years after.
So 2 years later.
After last year.
Yeah. Charles Brandon, the Duke of Suffolk, who was my best friend, he died about a month after the Mary Rose. he had a heart attack in a council meeting because there was so much pressure on why did she sink, and he actually had a heart attack in the meeting.
Generations of royal families, members serving in the armed forces in the Royal Navy. Prince Albert, King Edward, King George, Prince Philip, we had a really great day at Portsmouth Historic Dockyard. We really enjoyed meeting King Henry. His memory was great and remembered the girls' names, but his knowledge and history of the Tudor period was absolutely excellent. There's some elements we haven't shown in this video, but there's lots to see at the Historic Dockyard and definitely worth a visit.